YouTube, what's going on, y'all? So today we're going to talk about mobile work solutions, mobile storage solutions, work tables, carts. I'm just going to give you some options and hopefully some different perspectives of what might work best for you. If you want any specific videos on one cart or the other, in depth, where I do like a full walkthrough, I will post the links down in the description. I'll add them to the comments too as well, just to try to help you out. But I just want to try to give you some idea of some mobile carts and things. And we're going from one extreme to the next as far as cost and so on and so forth. So let's get right into it. This is the Sunnex mobile work table. And these are anywhere between $100 and $130, depending on if they're on sale or not. Harbor Freight has one that's basically identical to this. It's $100. It's in black. So if you prefer black, you could go that route. If you prefer red, you can go the Sunnex route. I've loved all my Sunnex tools. It's a great option. It's affordable. It rolls around really nicely. There's no storage except for the one drawer. So you're going to have a little tiny bit there. But outside of that, as you can see, compared to your other options here, there's not a ton of storage. And there's a lot of carts out there. So I'm not saying obviously these are your only options. I'm just hopefully going to shed some light on how you can set them up, because I have these kind of all set up preference to my preference. And so it's just to give you some ideas. So anyways, I've got this one kind of decked out how I kind of want it. I mean, there's always things I think you can improve on, but that's one option. Then your next option is going to be a Viper utility cart. Much different. As you can see, you have more storage. You also have a much different price. These are around, I think, $880 if you buy the full storage or the full cart with the accessories as well. So not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. They do run sales a decent amount on these, but obviously your build quality is going to be much better. This is going to be able to handle a ton more abuse, has much heavier duty casters. And then obviously the best part about this cart is the modularity of it, because you can kind of set it up to your liking and your preference. We all have different work environments, different working industries that we're in, preferences, so on and so forth. So you can set this up to exactly how you want it and kind of basically mold it to your work preference. So they have things like these add-on accessories, which are basically similar to the slots and dots system of Snap-on, similar idea, and then you can add as many as those as you want. That'll of course fit on the cart. You can add the shelf. They have hammer holders, plier holders. This top shelf here, you can actually flip the other way if you would like and have a more of a flat work surface like the Snap-on mobile workstation there, or you can have it like I have it and have your edges so nothing rolls out. Again, it's going to be personal preference. I like that sort of customization that you're able to do, because it does make a massive difference. And as you can see, I have my bolster organizing trays on here because I use this cart more for larger teardown jobs. Like I did a timing chain guides tensioner VTC actuator on a Honda CR-V recently, and this was perfect because I could set all of my bolts up in here, keep it all organized, put my extra tools on the side, have a little work area. It worked perfect for me. So again, what works for me may not work for you. And then last is the Epic Snap-on mobile workstation. MSRP $5,000, so $5,000 to $100, $130. A big jump there, of course. But obviously it's this is like a small toolbox essentially. It's 30 inches deep, 36 inches wide, stainless steel top. If you haven't seen this video, I encourage you to go watch this video. Again, I'll have it linked. I have this thing absolutely loaded to the gild. It's not now because I'm changing things up, but I did have it and had it that way for a year, rolling it around the shop. And the downfall of this comparatively to these is it's harder to roll around. It does roll fine, don't get me wrong, but because of the size, you need a lot of flat area and a lot of open space. If your lifts are closer together, like my last dealership that I worked at before I started working at owned my own shop, The lifts were so close together, I could not roll this through. I had to lift the car up if I had a car in the bay and roll it underneath to get through that way if I had to go do a job somewhere else. So that was a pain, it's an inconvenience. It wasn't efficient. So you need space to roll this around. So I'm gonna pull you off the tripod there. I'm gonna get a little closer, show you how I have some of these setups, just a broad view, hopefully to share and give you some ideas and perspectives if you're looking into mobile solutions for yourself in your shop or whatever industry you may be in that you need some sort of mobile solution. Start with the SunX mobile work table. I'm going to try to go fast through this, so I apologize. If you have any questions about anything of any of these things I show you, please just throw them down in the comments. I'll happily give you links if you need links, whatever, discount codes if I have discount codes, give you the answer if I don't have links, all of that. So SunX mobile work table, I primarily use this for brake jobs. So I've kind of got it set up for that. I've got this is from Lowe's, and it's just a towel holder. And then I've got my gloves here. My magnetic, this is from Harbor Freight, it's a magnetic glove holder, good boxes. And then I've got my Tubbo Towels magnetic holder from STS, so I can have some wipes on the table because I use those a lot. And then on the top here, I've got my rotor holders, which are always controversial, even my Snap-on one here. This actually goes over here. And then I've got my lug nut sockets. I've got my insider ratchet sockets because I've got my insider on here. I'm still working on figuring out which socket sets I'm going to put on here, but I am going to have a 1/2 inch and 3/8 socket set on there as well. And then on the side, as you can see, I've got my 3/8 stubby impact, my right angle grinder, my insider, and my drill. And then on the back here, the SunX mobile work table has some spots for air hoses. You can take your air hose and hook it on there. I don't use air very much, and look, it was perfect for my brake caliper depressor. Got a mask to put on when I'm grinding stuff for brakes so I don't have to breathe that garbage in. Some S-hooks, a wire brush, some can holders. Normally there's a can of brake clean here. My soap and water to clean my rotors, and then another brake caliper depressor. And that is the SunX mobile work table. Again, this is just to give you some ideas of how I have mine set up and show you the possibilities, because a lot of people just buy these carts and then never do anything to them. They just kind of set them aside and use them like this, and that's it. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to show you my drawer. So this is the little drawer and what I have in there as of right now. All right, on to the Viper utility cart. Let's just start on the front here. As I already showed you, I have the Bolster organizing trays. I do have a 20% off coupon for those if you're interested. And then I don't mind the stuff in here. This is probably all not going to stay on here. I just have it set here for now. But I did get the STS magnetic battery holders. So I've got my 14.4 Snap-on and then my M12 Milwaukee's in there as well. So I have some batteries on hand. This cart is primarily used for teardowns, like I said. So it works great for that. And then on the side, like I had mentioned, these are modular, so you can actually buy these panels. So my plan is to get another panel for the bottom, and then I'll have a full side of panels that I can add some more stuff. I've got some wrenches, my M18 batteries. Those are also held with the M18 magnetic storage holders from STS, which is nice to have some extra batteries on the cart. On the back, I have a towel holder here as well. Hammer holder, plier holder from Easy Red. Power tool holder, which I'm not using yet. And then they also from Viper, sorry if my camera is a little slow. Can holder is what they have. And then I've got another plier holder from Viper. So again, they have these panels you can put on either side, the little small ones. And then they have these long panels. So you can see the casters on these things, a lot heavier duty than your small casters on like the SunX mobile work table. All right, and then last, but of course, certainly not least, the Snap-on mobile Epic workstation. Again, this is going to be for a specific person it's very expensive, not cheap. But again, if you go back through and look at this video of this cart that I have, this thing was loaded to the gilt. It's half empty now because I'm taking everything out and moving it over to my end cabs there. But that's my ratchets and some extensions, not all of them. And then this was my power tool drawer. And then this is my wrench drawer. I haven't moved any of those over. And then as you can see, pliers, vice grips, punches, chisels, screwdrivers, mini punches, picks, double box, and then I had 2 sets of stubby wrenches there as well, but I took those out. So slowly getting this emptied out, and then my bottom drawer, air tools, larger sockets, serpentine belt tools, torque wrenches, oil filter sockets, some brake grease, so on and so forth. So that's how I have that set up. And then on the outside, I have some more hammers, some lights, some magnetic trays, my really long 1/2 inch to 3/8 extension, some lights on the top, and then on the back, I've got my pry bars, my longer screwdrivers, and then my floor pad there, which helps a bunch as well, just having it. So I'm actually gonna be taking a lot of this stuff off of this cart because this cart's turning into my Diag cart. And then on this side over here, I had some wrenches. I've got my funnel, another Easy Red light, some air chucks or air nozzles, trim tools, so on and so forth. So again, this is just to hopefully give you some ideas of how you could set up what would work best for your work environment, your preferences. There are other options. There's options like these carts here. This is my Diag cart, so ignore this big, huge drawer. Normally a printer goes in there. And they have the 6-drawer version of this at Harbor Freight, which on sale runs like 500 bucks, y'all. So that's a really good deal for 500 bucks. You can't go wrong with that. If you're just new to the industry, you don't need a cart like this. You don't even need a cart like this. You know, buying that $500 cart from Harbor Freight would be a good option. The only downfall is you don't have a work surface at that point. So maybe the Harbor Freight cart like this, and then the SunX mobile work table or the Harbor Freight cart, also an option. So if you have any questions, again, about anything, please throw them down in the comments. I'll add links and everything for y'all as much as possible. And then if you have any questions about anything specific, I'll try to get you links for that as well. Appreciate y'all. Take it easy.